How's everyone doing? Well, I was thinking, maybe, I should do some video, for Black History Month and something like that. I was thinking maybe I should talk about, Crispus Attucks, who was actually the first. He was never actually a slave, and he never lived in the United States after it became an independent nation, but he was the first man to die in the American Revolution. He was the first person to die in the Boston Massacre. But instead I thought, okay, I'd talk about one of the best kept secrets that, when I lived in the South, I'd bring some of this food to parties and stuff, and nobody knew what it was. And it's just it's one of the best kept secrets in New England. In the 6 New England states, everyone knows what this stuff is. We all grew up on it. And it's this right here. This right here. It's called brown bread. This is a byproduct of the slave trade. So, it wasn't exactly made, but how it is, this stuff, I know it sounds weird, it's bread in a can. So you think, how's bread in a can? This bread in a can made by one of the oldest factories in Boston. What's this got to do with slavery? Well, when the slave ships first came from Africa, they would, they'd drop off the slaves in Jamaica, where the sugar plantations were. And then they would sail to Boston, or they'd stop in Virginia or wherever in the southern colonies, and to sell slaves. But they would bring sugar cane from the plantations in Jamaica up to Boston, where they used the sugar cane to make rum and molasses. Well, molasses is a byproduct of rum, but they'd make the rum, and so in Boston they would trade rum for the raw sugar cane. And then the same slave ships would after dropping the sugar cane, trading the sugar cane for rum, they would go to the Ivory Coast and trade the rum for more slaves. And this triangle continued. I don't know, I need to correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone who has some more accurate research, you can look it up. I'm speaking from memory and not sure how clear it is, but that was how it was. But anyway, molasses is the main ingredient in this stuff. Also, this factory is, best known for you know, baked beans. I mean, it's like, it's how Boston got the nickname. It's how, it's, you know, it's, that's like what it, you know, it's, you know, Burnham and Morrill is like the only brand of like actual baked beans. Like these other brands that say they're baked beans, they don't, you know, they don't actually bake the beans before they put them in the cans. So, but anyway, this is like one of those things that you don't think of, like, you know, people who, you know, people from, you know, by the time, I mean, yeah, there was slavery in Massachusetts when it first was colonized, but, you know, by the time of the American Revolution, you know, that was already done. But, you know, this is one of those things you don't really think about, of like, this was, if it weren't for that, you know, awful and really dark time in our history, this stuff would not have existed, would not have been invented. Well, maybe it would, and maybe it wouldn't. We'll never know. We'll never know. But I don't know. I grew up on this stuff. This is like one of my favorite little snacks. I mean, like, one way you cook it all at once is like, after first you have to open both ends of the can and, you know, push one and actually push it out. But, you know, one way of preparing it is you'd have to, you know, you could take like just little individual slices and then wrap this up and put it in the fridge, and you can just, you know, heat them in the toaster. Or, like, you know, with family dinners, what we do is you just push the whole loaf out and wrap it in aluminum foil and bake it in the oven. You don't, because it's already baked, you just have to heat it. But it was... And actually, you know, even just the beans, the, you know, baked beans are seasoned with molasses. And that's like, the leftover molasses was used to make this. But it's just, I don't know, I didn't realize it until I was like, you know, I was almost 30 when I, you know, realize, oh, this stuff is a byproduct of the slave trade, of that dark time. Like, people who were against the slave trade, you know, probably didn't know. They were eating this stuff while saying, you know, while saying that they were against slavery, and, you know, not realizing that they were supporting the slave trade by eating this. So, you know, all my friends in New England, we all grew up on this stuff, you know, you don't, I mean, but you may not know that that's the history of that's the history behind this. So anyway, everyone, you know, anyone who, like, actually watches this, you know, I only have one subscriber who, like, you know, I mean, he listens to my stuff. But, you know, anyone, like, if, like, I get any new subscribers or anything, just, you know, like, give me your thoughts on this. Like, I don't know, I thought this was kind of an interesting topic to bring up, of how, and I don't know, I don't know what to think, I don't know what to think of it, but, this is, but this was like, this is like, like, big part of, like, all of our life. Like, this is involved with, like, a lot of people I grew up with, and even myself. This is like a part of, like, favorite meals that we have. Like, if any of us, definitely, like, if I were on death row and, gonna be executed, this would be, like, this is like the side dish of the, of the last meal I'd request. So, but, everyone, just give me your thoughts on this. It's like, if, like, go ahead, like, any facts about anything, if I was confused on any of the facts, feel free to, correct me, or show me where to get more, where to do more accurate research, what sites have it, but, but, like, also on the brown bread, give me your thoughts. Thank you.